Hi, Emily. Thanks for helping my project.
Hi.
Could you say a little bit about yourself?
My name is Emily Escajeda. I am a bookkeeper and senior tax advisor for H&R Block of Kingsley, Michigan. I'm also a Navy veteran of 9+ years.
That's awesome. Oh, what did you do in the Navy?
I was an electrician and quality assurance inspector.
So did you know that NASA's planning to send astronauts back to the moon?
I've heard that briefly.
What do you think about it?
I don't know. I know we have a Space Force now.
Yeah, I hear one controversial thing is that the Space Force grew out the Air Force and is using Air Force ranks, and a lot of people think they should be using Navy ranks. As a Navy veteran, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, Navy's better, so they should use the Navy ranks.
So when you think about the future of humanity, like 200 years from now or whenever, do you think humans will always be like on the earth, just making these little short trips to places? Or do you think at some point humanity will expand and we'll be all over?
I'm pretty sure the earth is not going to be able to sustain the population growth. And at some point, we're going to have to look at something else.
But the population growth, some people are saying that it's really a result of us living longer as opposed to having more children. In fact, in a lot of rich countries like Japan and Europe and the United States, the number of children that are being born actually is much, much less than it used to be per the population. And I was wondering what you thought about that. Maybe we're just living longer and getting older and not really having as many new
I don't
people.
know. I don't know. I mean, I had my kids later in life, so it wasn't like 18 and hey, here's your first kid. So I mean, that could be part of it. Also, is that people are just waiting to get their careers going first. So I don't know.
Also, I mean, another thing is it's very expensive to have kids in like the United States and Europe, and it's much cheaper in other parts of the world. So maybe it's just a cost benefit thing.
Yeah. My kids are actually 6.5 years apart because of that. I was not going to have 2 kids in diapers and 2 kids in daycare. It's just not financially a smart move. And so once the first kids started going to school, then it was okay to, financially have another child.
And would you take a trip to space if you could?
Ooh. Maybe if I didn't have my kids, I probably would, but they take a lot of my time and energy, and I don't know that I could have someone babysit for that long.
What if you could take them with you?
I mean, I guess it'd be like going to Florida or something. Yeah, why not?
So now, can you imagine like 200 years from now, there's a high schooler that's in history class doing a project on the 2020s, just like a high schooler today might do a project in the 1820s. What do you hope would be worth remembering about this decade 200 years from now?
Man, what would be worth remembering? I hope that they would remember like the mistakes that were made and don't make them again. of how we kind of see the outcome of like what happened with COVID, right? And the economy. Just don't make the same mistakes that we've made.
I guess the challenge for me is I don't know what we've learned from the whole thing. Like, it's so confusing. Like,
Yeah, at this point, I don't know what we've learned either.
I was just talking to my uncle who's a doctor the other day, and he was saying, like, people with cancer that get the COVID vaccine, that the cancer would flare up because the immune system is like preoccupied fighting the spike proteins instead of the cancer. So that's kind of interesting information. Point, but it's difficult. Well, I see this as a time capsule for that high schooler 200 years from now, to kind of get a to not only make an A on her paper, but also to kind of get an idea for the different views and everything in what I think is going to be a pivotal decade, especially with respect to like space travel and things like that. And is there anything that you want to add that maybe we didn't talk about?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think there'll be taxes in 200 years?
Yeah, I think it will go a lot differently than the way it is now. I don't know that we're going to still be doing as in depth as it is now. I think it may end up changing to more of like a flat tax rate. And it'll be more on the business owners to file the taxes for the employees, kind of like it is in other countries. I think it's I think the United States will eventually adapt to something like that.
Wow. It's just kind of thinking about the future. You're talking about other countries. Do you think we'll have more countries or fewer countries in 200 years?
Gosh, I think with all the different views of everybody, right, when it comes to any any view really, I think we'll have more like little communities of people. I don't know that they will secede from a country or anything like that, but I think it'll be more states will be more on their own.
Well, Emily, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for participating in my project. Anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.